Yo guys, welcome back to my first video on Declan Storms 2, and I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading on my first channel. It's just because my other phone's broken and it won't let me sign into my new it won't let me sign in on my new phone. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the predictions. So for 2022 for the Atlantic, I think that we are going to get in tropical storms anyway, I think we are going to get 25 named storms, 9 hurricanes and 6 majors. Now I'm pretty sure that won't happen, but I'm most likely for sure that will possibly happen. Now, as time on me recording this video is at 28 minutes past 8 UTC, so this will be uploaded tomorrow between 5 to 9 tomorrow UTC GMT time, Great British time, British Summer Time, so BST. So if you guys want to have a chance of being in one of my videos, I'll leave my Discord link down below. I'm trying to sign back in, but it won't let me. So anyway, for the Pacific, I clearly think that we are going to get 15 named storms. So I think we're going to get 15 named storms, which is this will be changed about, I'll say, August time-ish. So in August, don't be surprised that I'll do a video on this, because it needs to be changed. And I think we're gonna get 6 hurricanes, and I think we're gonna get 2 to 4 majors. Now, I think that's a bit too bullish. Now, that's an average season in the Pacific. Now, for the Western Pacific, we've already had 2 named storms in the West Pac. Meggy was a tropical storm that did basically $1 billion in the Philippines, which was pretty significant. But in the West Pac, I'd have to put East Pac for this East Pac. That's what I'll call the Eastern Pacific, and the West Pac are called the Western Pacific. So for the Western Pacific, people are thinking it's going to be an average season to above average. Now, I don't think that, because we did have a major hurricane, which was in April, I think. Got to a category 4, 150 miles an hour. Pretty long tracking, but about the 2 storms we got right now, I'm thinking 26 named. 26 named. Typhoons, I'm thinking about 12 typhoons this year, and I'm also thinking about Um, 8 major typhoons, and then 3 super typhoons. There we go. That's only for the 3 basins. The Indian Ocean did produce Cyclone Otsani the other day. I would have covered it, but as I said, I was trying to sign into my other main account. So there is some activity trying to brew right now in the Atlantic. I'll show you that tomorrow's video, but I'll also show you the La Nina, which is getting pretty strong. Now, don't go away and watch this video. Well, when you watch this video and you go away and say, "Oh, we're going to have 25 named storms in the Atlantic this year," we might only have 12 or 15 or maybe even 20, because the last show we had 21, where I covered the whole season from May all the way to February of this year, 6th of February. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but I just lost motivation and stuff, and I can't sign it back into my main YouTube channel, and I think it got hacked and other personal reasons. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna show you the western. Right now, guys, this is the model runs. Now this is for the Atlantic. Now, don't take this out. The GFS has been hinting on something forming in May. Now that possibly might not happen, but at the same time, don't rule it out, because if you rule it out and you say, "Oh, it's going to form in May," something's going to form in May, it can't really, because the atmospheric pressure is not as conducive as it is in September. So you got this massive high pressure system, which any system that does form in September and October, right near the MDR here, will get pushed either towards Bahamas or the US East Coast, or get pushed from here into the Caribbean, or along the Caribbean like that, a bit like what Irma did. Or if it's really strong, it'll be pushed into the Caribbean, make landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula, and then make landfall on the US state in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, my big hotspot is, I'm thinking, is the Gulf of Mexico right now. The second most hotspot is the Western Caribbean, obviously. Third most active region, I think it's going to be the MDR. Least unfavorable, obviously it's going to be over here, because we do have some potential for some fish storms. If you don't know what they are, they're storms that come off here and then go like that. Basically, that's what happens when you do that. But this high pressure will be mostly strong this season. I won't say super strong, I'll probably say about medium, so about here, which can push the systems like that or like that. So I would be aware in the Northern Caribbean this year and Florida, be aware anywhere there, because we could have a season like 2017. I'm not saying obviously that we will get like an Irma hurricane or an Harvey, or multiple Category 5 back-to-back storms, or I'm not saying it will be a year like 2020, or 20 or even next year. I'm just saying that I still think that Louisiana is still a hotspot this year for a hurricane. Florida, you're definitely a hotspot this year. You can't rule out maybe a tropical storm landfall or maybe even a hurricane landfall. But as to say, the Caribbean, piping hot. Obviously, due to that La Nina, it's pretty favourable out there for some development. Obviously, this is your La Nina. Obviously, I think it's starting to weaken now, but this has been like that since May of 2020. So, yeah, we've had this for 3 years, but I've only covered it since May on my main channel. Go and check it out. That's Stacking Storms. I appreciate it if you get me to 100 subscribers, even though I'm not posting on there, but 53 right now. So obviously this suppresses tropical storm activity in the Eastern Pacific. The reason why this suppresses tropical storm activity in the Eastern Pacific is it pushes cold water from the deep like this, from deep underwater, and then it serves and turns into a La Nina. If it was an El Nino, it would be the opposite. Cold water will be over here, warm water will be over here. So the cold water was over here, you get more droughts over here, less rainfall, get more dry conditions, but then over here will be more rainfall for South America, but and then more rainfall for the northwest, and then for the southwest here, it's going to be cold, mild, and wet. But in the La Nina, the jet stream's a bit further north, like that. So Midwest here is, you guys go through some highly dangerous droughts right now. If you guys live in Texas, California, Louisiana, Texas, and all those other states, here, I just want you to know that we've been in this pattern for ages, and I won't be to say, but this might scare everyone, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have this La Nina for the whole season. Now, whether it's going to go back into neutral, Enzo neutral, which is basically the warming of the basically warming and cooling of the waters. So basically it's cold here, warm here, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, and warm, and etc. Obviously that's gonna happen. That's possibly not gonna happen until end of this year, but I do think we're gonna, by the end of next year, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be in red. Now obviously, and La Nina will obviously deactivate activity in the East Pac, Central Pac, and the Western Pacific. Now obviously I know the Western Pacific probably thinking, well, why is the Western Pacific nice and warm and toasty and only this part of Mexico is warm? Now it really cuts the tie of how warm the Gulf, the sea surface temperatures are. But as you can see, in the Atlantic they are running about a degree, half of a degree to a degree above average, which is pretty insane for this time of year, as it's only May 19th 2022, and obviously it's going to be pretty active this year. Caribbean is piping hot, probably about 29 degrees Celsius for us. Pretty good for some development. In the NDR, it is warming up, which it does warm up about this time of year near the Cabo Verde Islands. Now, as you can see here, it does warm up slightly. Now, I'm not saying that this will happen, but the more warming that this does, the more activity we're going to have in it, and more of a blockbuster hurricane we're going to have. But the less time it takes to cool, up to from August to September, I'm pretty sure September you're going to see 28 to 29 degrees Celsius for us firmly in that region. Now, for near where Bermuda is, I'm pretty sure you're going to get 28 to 27 degree waters anyway in July. Don't rule out 29 degrees Celsius. It can't be ruled out. But like again, for the Eastern Pacific, the waters basically are not really looking that kind of good, to be honest. Well, they are near the coastline, which is about 30 degrees. Well, this is above 80 degrees threshold, which is good for tropical development. At the same time, we're in the suppressed phase of the Pacific. But as you can see, you got some splotches of 30 and 31 degrees Celsius. Then as you go out over here, obviously it gets cooler, 26, 27 degrees, but marking out the 27 degrees Celsius waters, they're about here. So I would say that's pretty much half of the Pacific. In a normal year, the Pacific has 27 degree waters here, 28 degree waters here, and then obviously has 26 degree waters up here. Now that's not happening. Obviously, as the year goes on, obviously as it warms up, as summer comes along, it's spring now, and as summer comes along, obviously this bit's going to start getting a bit warmer, but it's not going to significantly warm up like the Atlantic's significantly warming up now. So I would say the Eastern Pacific, you could see as a tropical activity peaking out, I'll say later this month. Now, don't rule out, because the GFS is too biased and saying we're going to have a Category 2, they're making landfall, then reforming again in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, honestly, I don't really see that happening. I clearly see we're going to have a tropical storm, make landfall here. Obviously, don't know if it's going to go into the Atlantic and reform, but a storm is meant to form from, I think, the Central America gyre, which possibly could go like that. Now, if that does happen, that's gonna be probably the first storm to form since in the Caribbean since 2018, because we had Alberta, which formed over here, was a subtropical storm, but the waters in 2018 they were okay, they were decent, about 26 degrees Celsius, but then it went like that and made landfall in Louisiana, or a little bit further than that. I think made landfall here, somewhere on the Gulf Coast there anyway. So anyway, let's go to the Western Pacific. Now, the Western Pacific has warm water the whole way through. Literally has 30 degrees Celsius waters pretty much everywhere in the Pacific right now. All here is 30 degrees Celsius waters. All here is 30 degrees. Now, probably thinking, why is there no tropical activity out there? Well, we're in the suppressed phase. The MJO is not really supposed to come until, I would say, late May. Now, we could see another 2 systems forming up here in late May off a frontal boundary, but pretty much there will be the 3rd system. That will be the 3rd and 4th system of 2022 in the Western Pacific. But as you can see, near the coast of China right now, yeah, it's warming up slowly. Near Hainan, obviously, you got a few 27 to 26 degrees Celsius. This bit was a lot warmer than this last year. Obviously, we had more 30 degrees Celsius, I think, last year than we did this year. So that's to be expected, but can't possibly rule out a significant strength or intensity of storms. But this is the La Nina. Yes, you're probably thinking, oh, it's weakening, but you know, it could really strengthen again. But we're pretty much in a weak La Nina right now, which is still favourable for the Atlantic at some degree, but pretty sure that it will stay either weak or moderate into June, then July, August, September, maybe start weakening in October, where we could see some big homegrown storms. Now, on the GFS, yes, you do have a couple more invests. Gina, which is in the South Pacific right now, not really looking as good as it did earlier, which pretty much is directly weakening. This is a late season storm down there in the southern Pacific Ocean near Australia and Vanuatu. Now, do expect this system to weaken as it gets down here due to cooler SST, such as sea surface temperatures, dry air, and plus wind shear as well, which is pretty strong, and plus it's going to get sucked up by another frontal boundary, which is going to get pushed off towards the west-southwest and basically not really be a threat for anyone. And then you got Invest 91W, which you can't really see it right now, but this, I think, models are hinting of this forming. Now, I'm pretty sure that this won't become strong at all on the GFS for 91W. As you can see, doesn't look like it's going to become strong at all, but maybe a weak tropical storm, I guess. We're on here 997, that's probably about 50 miles an hour, which is significant in some ways, but at the same time it's not really that significant. May deliver some rainforest to a northern tip of Philippines, wherever it goes, but it may deliver some rainfall to thingy as well. China. So looking on the model runs, nothing really on the model runs to see. You do have that system there, which is weakening and moving off towards. Well, you do have another potential system here, which obviously is not going to form, don't think. And then, as you get into June, the high pressure system is up here, so stopping any storms from forming, and plus this is going to get colder as time goes on. So looking at the Western Pacific now, you do have this potential system. Could form, could not form, don't know what's going to happen, but as you can see, you got two areas of interest right here. Now we're going to mainly focus on this one here for May the 25th. I'll be covering the system, don't worry. Could get to a brief typhoon, maybe 990 millibars. Obviously then weakens quite rapidly, but Japan, you could get some subtropical storm or extratropical extratropical storm force winds, so keep an eye out for this system, Japan. And then obviously you got another system right here, which is going to be subtropical right here. If you keep watching, boom, it's going to be subtropical. And then as it dips down towards the south, and basically guys, that's all I have to show you for today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends and on social media. Follow my outlets on Twitter, Facebook at Declan Cooper, Instagram at Declan5034. Active on there maybe about once every week, so send me a DM, say you're from Declan Storms 2. I'll DM you and say what do you like about my videos and stuff. So yeah, anyway, peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. There'll be a lot more coverage to go, and my graphics will be getting better and better as each video goes on. So do expect some satellite imagery videos and a couple of bits. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. See you on the next video. Peace. Have a great day.